If a lot of the people you encounter are mean or rude to you, you may actually be the problem. And here's why. Quite often, by default, with human interaction, people mirror each other's energy. So if you are mean or rude to others, then they'll likely treat you in the same way. But if you're kind to others, then usually that's the way you'll be treated from other people as well. We tend to just mirror the way other people treat us because it's easy by default to do. And also because nobody likes being mistreated by others, so it's going to usually spark them to then treat others the same way they're being treated. So in general, it's helpful to remember this rule when you're interacting with others, because it can be kind of easy to start losing self-awareness for how you are treating others, especially if you live in a big city. I've talked in previous videos about how big cities tend to make us kind of dehumanize each other. It makes us start to view other humans as nuisances to us because they can make it so that we waste time throughout our day. For instance, when you're stuck in traffic, right? Like, most people will probably start realizing at some point that there wouldn't be traffic if there weren't so many people in that area. So in a way, those other people are kind of forcing you to be more patient because they're there and you're stuck behind them. Same thing with being in grocery store checkout lines when other people are ahead of you. But it's on you to not let those situations make you start viewing other people as nuisances. Just practice patience instead and realize that everybody there is a human being, whether or not they're forcing you to just be a better person, and to realize that you're not going to get everything you want when you want immediately because it's part of life. I mean, it's funny how often we encounter this in cities. Just the other day, yesterday actually, when I was hanging out with a friend of mine, I was driving to an awesome place to go for a hike, and I ended up blocking this woman from making a left turn into a parking lot for a place she wanted to go. But I was fine to do that because it's just the way traffic kind of made me end up blocking her. I wasn't in like an area where, you know how they have like the double white lines and it says don't block cross traffic. I wasn't in one of those areas, so it wasn't on me to leave a gap for her to make the turn. So I didn't, because she wasn't there when I first arrived. Well, anyway, this woman got pretty mad, and my friend and I were just watching her. She was flipping out. I'm surprised she didn't honk at me, but she didn't. But she was flipping out in her car, just like making all these faces, putting her hands up and throwing a fit. My friend and I were just sitting there staring at her like, wow, look at this Karen, man. I mean, what's going on in her life where she's that pissed that she has to wait an extra 30 seconds for the light to turn green so I can get out of her way. It was just interesting. But that happens to people. And I imagine that woman probably treats people with a bit of disrespect and is mean or rude to them, and she gets that same energy mirrored back to her. But then she probably thinks that the whole world is out to get her rather than her being the issue, because she has no patience and thinks of other people as being nuisances. This is what I'm getting at. It's a problem. So if you are accidentally doing this yourself, then just realize it and strive to treat people with kindness and to not put everyone in this, or should I say, to not have this mentality of viewing other people as being nuisances to you, because that's not cool, it's not helpful, and it dehumanizes your fellow people. Everyone you encounter is going through their own shit, and if you act like they're not and that you're special and you deserve to get to where you want to be in life on time, and that other people are stopping you from doing this or preventing you from it, then that's just not cool. That's a bit of a problem where you can start to become somewhat narcissistic, even if you aren't entirely. So yeah, it's just something to think about. People are going to mirror the energy that you bring to them. So aim to be kind. That's why I say that so often, because it really is a life-changing practice. Sure, it's not going to make everyone you encounter be kind back to you, because there still are always going to be those a-holes or people who just don't know how to control their emotions, so they have a bad day and they take it out on everyone around them. They're still going to be out there. But for the most part, if you are kind to others and you respect others and you care about them, you're going to get that same energy back, and it'll lead to amazing interactions. I mean, 3 days ago, or I don't even remember exactly, I think it was around 3 or 2 days ago, or so, my car battery died, and it sucked. So I had to call tow service to come and replace my battery. And for those of you who know the company, it was AAA. They came to basically save me. I was like a damsel in distress needing to be saved, and they came along and did just that. And the technician who came out to help me was a really cool guy. And I was being incredibly kind to him. In fact, I felt bad for kind of having to force him to come to a weird location because I was on one of my daily drives, so I was at a really cool kind of spot where I like to go hiking, only it's weird. It's like basically along the cliffs in Los Angeles, so he had to drive out to the middle of nowhere basically, because it's on the outskirts of all the cities, to help replace my battery. But when he came out, he was really cool, and he ended up even telling me some tips that he probably shouldn't have, because the company wouldn't like him telling me. But it had to do with the battery warranty, and he's basically saying that if the battery starts to show signs of dying before the warranty is up, he told me to basically just do whatever I could to put on the AC, blast music, and have all the utilities on to make the battery die as soon as possible so that I could get a new one replaced free with the warranty, which was an awesome tip to share with me. But basically what I'm getting at was I was kind to him, and he returned that kindness by giving me that tip that he probably shouldn't have, because if his company found out, they would not be happy about him telling customers that. But since nobody knows him or anything, me telling this in this video is not going to lead to anything bad happening to him. So yeah, but it was really cool, and that will happen to you more often the more you just by default treat people with kindness and respect them and care about them and understand that every single person you encounter is a human being just like you, with their own faults, their own struggles they're working through, their own goals in life. So it's in your own best interest to just treat them that way, to just be kind to them. So that's pretty much all I have for you in this video. It's kind of like a long reminder, I guess, but hopefully it's helpful. But just remember, people often default to mirroring your energy in the way that you treat them. So just aim to treat people well. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. Otherwise, like the video. That's the easiest way you can help me out, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and especially share awesome stories that you may have had of times where your kindness was repaid by others and how things turned out, because those stories are always really awesome. And I just love how it shows that kindness is the best way to go through life. It truly is. But anyway, guys, remember, we're all on this journey together. So the most important thing is that you just keep going, keep moving forward, even on the bad days, and keep striving to be kind to others, even when you don't feel like it, because you just never know how you could be impacting others and whether or not your kindness will make someone's day. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci!